Hi, it's Cathy here with Tri-Cities Community TV, right in the heart of Port Coquitlam, Atlee Square, the gathering place. We're going to be listening to a remarkable man today who was near death only a couple of years ago. I'd like to actually give him an award, one of the Courageous Awards. Rick Thompson is my guest today, and I'd like you to hear his story.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you for being here. Just even starting to talk to you right now, my entire sort of being has goosebumps because only for a few short years ago, you were on your deathbed.
Yeah, I was diagnosed with bacterial meningitis in May of 2015.
Mm-hmm. And you were just, how did this happen? Like you just weren't feeling well? Was it like flu-like symptoms?
Yeah, I just came home from work feeling like I was getting a bad cold, catching a flu, and then 6 hours later I was on life support in the hospital.
Were you conscious during this time, Rick?
I was semi-conscious during that time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember much of what happened that day.
You don't. You do know that they told your wife, she was with you, right?
She was.
And they told your wife that basically from these flu-like symptoms, you essentially only had a few hours to live at that time. Were you aware of this?
No, I wasn't aware of it. I was unconscious at that point. Mm-hmm. They did tell her that I had a 5% chance of survival through the day. And during my time in a coma, they asked her to take me off life support twice during that time because they just didn't think there was any hope.
Mm-hmm. So she didn't obviously do that because you're here today.
I'm here.
Wow. I should have brought a box of tissue, but I don't have any, so just going to have to take a deep breath and listen to the rest of your story. So what happened next? How long were you in hospital? I
was in ICU for 5 weeks in medically induced coma and going through total organ failure at that time. Mm-hmm. Once I was stable enough to be woken up, after 5 weeks, I was faced with the choice of either going to palliative care to let it take over and finish, or I could survive and have radical surgery, which would mean the amputation of all 4 limbs in order to survive.
So you didn't go to palliative care. We know the choice that you did make.
Yes.
Yes, and you're here today. I actually learned about you last year through Eagle Ridge Hospital Foundation.
Yes, I work hard with them.
Mm-hmm. Now, prior to this, tell us about your lifestyle. What did you used to do before this happened to you?
Before this happened, I worked as a butcher for GFS Canada in Vancouver. I was an avid motocross racer. I enjoyed scuba diving and just enjoy myself. I like to go on road trips, go camping, do different things, and it's just been a whole lifestyle change for me. You've
had to relearn how to live your life, isn't that true?
Yes, you do.
Yes. Now, I saw you last year, like I mentioned, and you know the things that we take for granted every day are very challenging for you to have had to relearn them. So, can you walk me through a day in the life of Rick Thompson, please?
Oh, a day in my life is basically when I wake up in the morning. My wife has to help me get breakfast and help me with that. Help me with my personal care, get dressed, help me put my legs on, which I can't do on my own yet. Mm-hmm. And then I basically get ready for my day at physio, go to physio, work an hour, 2 hours there, and then also practice my walking and gait training on my own time after that. And then go home. Sometimes we'll take our dogs out for a walk. We'll go to the park with our dogs and take them out and just enjoy your day, you know, and you don't take anything for granted anymore. You live every day to the fullest and enjoy it, but you're continuously working on your rehab.
Now, for many of us, we have our limbs. You don't. So things like eating and being on the computer and, you know, I mean, obviously there's hands-free out there nowadays, right? Yeah. I saw you earlier today, you were talking to me on your phone, but last year I had the opportunity to meet you, and you were the guest speaker at the Eagle Ridge Hospital Foundation Gala, and I think that the slogan that year was, where did you walk today? Yeah,
it was. We did a poster campaign with the Eagle Ridge Hospital, so we did posters for the bus stops in Coquitlam and different areas. And the campaign was, where did you walk today? Just emphasizing, don't take anything for granted, you know, just cherish each day. When you wake up in the morning, just be thankful that you woke up. and you're here for another day.
But it's got to be tough though sometimes, Rick. I mean, you can't be as positive every single day. You want to be, but I'm sure the early days when you came out of hospital, out of intensive care, and you knew that you had your life back, but to what quality and what extent, you really didn't know. And like we talked about, the relearning of everything, even eating. I mean, your wife has been a huge support for you. I know that from our conversations in the past, but I think that you need to surround yourself with support people that, you know, it's more of an I can attitude now, isn't it, versus I can't?
It is. It's, you know, it's just amazing. You have to have an amazing family behind you. My wife's been amazing. She's been my rock behind all this. Without her, I wouldn't be here. But yeah, you just have to relearn things, and you still have up days and down days. You know, I have bad days, as everybody does. But you can't let that get you down. You can't. My motto is life changing isn't life ending.
Right.
You just have to learn different ways of doing things, and you just have to adapt.
So when you are down, what are some of the things that you try to do to motivate yourself?
I just think actually how fortunate I am to still be here and still to be able to walk. You know, through my physiotherapist and my prosthetist who makes my legs, they've given me the gift of walking again, you know, and they're behind me 100%.
So I've seen your, you got new legs.
I did.
I wish I had new legs, but you got new legs, so that's fantastic,
Yeah.
and things are progressing along for you, and I mean, you look really bright, and you know, I can see that sparkle in your eyes, Rick, that you are moving forward with your life. I mean, you could have died, but you're here today, and we know that the days are tough, and there's going to be those days you don't want to get out of bed, like you have to kick yourself and do it. Sometimes it's internal and self-motivation. But in addition to all of that, what are you doing in the next few months to you know, have more awareness on this? I think you're having a fundraiser soon.
I am. I'm having a fundraiser on May 28th at Woody's in Coquitlam. We had one last June at the same place, and we raised enough money to get what's called a myoelectric arm, which you saw at the fundraiser.
Yes, yes.
That one is going really well for the right side, so now we're having a fundraiser for the left side. And we also have James Buddy Rogers and Jim Burns returning.
Oh, very nice.
This year for the fundraiser.
What is the cost for something like that?
The one I have currently is just under $55,000 for the one hand.
$55,000.
Yes. Yeah. So they range from $50,000 all the way up to $130,000 per limb for myoelectrics.
Wow. So the date again? When is it again?
It's May 28th.
May 28th. Okay.
Yeah.
So I do want to know, because you and I Facebook message back and forth sometimes. How do you do it?
How do we do the fundraiser?
No, how do you Facebook message me?
I
just I've always wanted to know. Now I can ask you.
I just use my stump.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, or I use Siri.
Oh, you use Siri, so it's just voice activated.
Yeah.
See, that technology that I need to learn. Like I said, I saw you, you know, you were eating with a fork when I saw you last, and then when I messaged you, I think, gosh, he got back to me so quickly, and I don't know how this all happens, but I'm so glad that you're being able to give us a little bit more of an insight into your life and what it's like for you. So please keep staying positive and share your progress with us. We'd love to have you back.
Absolutely.
And it's been a wonderful interview, and thank you so very much. I'm Cathy Chenna, and as Rick told us today, you have to stay motivated and have hope, because every day above ground is a great day. Thank you.